disasters have occurred with regularity throughout history, but recently they have become much more frequent, particularly in areas previously thought safe or dormant.
But they seem to be much more ferocious than usual.
Yes, the strength and savagery of all these earthquakes, freak storms and hurricanes are far in excess of all the recordings made since the turn of the century.
The whole of the world has been turned upside down.
There were some pretty frightening results.
Just so. At first, they seemed quite haphazard in their locations and frequency, but bit by bit, a quite definite pattern has emerged. I will need more figures and correlations before I can be certain what they signify. What is obvious...
How much time do we have, Tim?
Very little. A week or so.
What can we do about it?
At this moment, I don't know, Stephen. I wish I did.
But we can't just sit here without trying to do something.
Yeah, but what?
Whatever it is, it's obvious it's got to be done. And soon.
Anyway, it's a nice day for it, Lefty.
Yeah. I don't want to hurry you, Carol, but say when you're ready.
Shouldn't take long.
What's the hold-up?
Hold up is my fingers. They're so stiff with cold, I can't adjust the receptor properly.
You'll just have to be as quick as you can. How are things with you, Stephen?
Warming up a bit, thanks. You may be cold, Carol, but I'm beginning to feel like Sunday roast up here.
Roast chicken, Stephen?
Oh, chicken yourself. You're not sitting on the edge of a volcano, are you?
I because you wouldn't let me go.
I will next time. Carol, can you get a move on?
I'm ready now. Receptors in position.
Right, Stephen. Let's get a clearer picture this time.
I'm activating neutrino cannon in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Nice one, Jim.
You see, Lefty, it's like I'm always saying, I was born too late. I should have been born 100 years ago out in the Wild West when men were men and the women were glad of it.
What do you think?
You look for time. Is the channel available?
Check, why not? Gateway 1 is Spidering. Gateway 1 is Spidering.
Spidering receiving.
Is channel available?
Channel available, limited period.
Here we go then.
We go.
Right, darling. Allow me. You see, I don't want to sound as though I'm boasting or anything, but you happen to be in the presence of one of the world's leading experts on the rifle range.
Oh, I'm glad I'm not an Eskimo.
Wouldn't feel the cold if you were.
I bet you I would. Anyone would feel the cold on the North Pole. It's all right for you sunning yourself on the edge of a volcano.
Cooking's more like like it.
Yeah, like we roasted you last Saturday.
According to my information, the winning goal scored by your team, Stephen, was better luck than judgment. I've yet to see a more disorganized line of forwards. If you were to take Peters off the left wing and put Davis into goal...
Tim, is there anything you don't know about?
No.
Tim, don't let them distract you from analysing that information. It's urgent.
Don't worry, John. The readings are being processed right now. I will tell you as soon as they are ready.
Tim, how do I explain about neutrinos to my science teacher?
Neutrinos are particles of energy that roam freely in space. They have the property of being able to pass through solid objects, even objects as large as the Earth. From the readings Carol and Stephen have collected, we can build up an X-ray picture of movements inside the Earth's crust.
I wonder how much information it's going to yield.
I'm hoping a fair amount. These eruptions aren't single casual events. They're all linked. And the situation is getting very serious.
Now let me show you what you do, darling. You see, now you put this part of the gun here, is called the stock, into your shoulder. That's right, okay. Now you put that hand there like that, good. Now you get your little pinky and you curl it round the trigger like that, good. Now you see, what you do is you look through there, take aim and fire, all right?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. Start popping.
You mean like this?
Yeah, it's like I always say, if you get the basic principles right first.
Haven't seen Ginger and Lefty all day. Wonder where they got to.
I don't. It's nice to have some peace and quiet anyway.
You call earthquakes peaceful?
I know where they are.
Might have guessed.
You might indeed. I would have told you if you had have asked me.
Go on, Tim. Be a devil. Tell us where they are then.
Ginge and Lefty have gone to the seaside.
Oh, where?
Clacton-on-Sea.
Big deal.
We all have our pleasures, Stephen.
Now show me what you can do.
Certainly. Just let the dog see the rabbit.
These were taken from an American weather satellite during cyclonic disturbance over Dallas in central Texas. It's the third they've had this year, and the most violent in living memory. As Tim's already told us, there have been hurricanes, earthquakes, and volcanic eruptions throughout the Earth's history. But what is interesting about these natural disasters is the frequency with which they've been happening. And if that frequency suddenly increases...
I don't know that it has.
No, but if it has, we'd better get down to working out why. Tim?
I haven't got the full results yet, but it certainly looks as though the neutrino readings will show a considerable increase. I have in fact just received a new set of pictures. There is another cyclone forming in the atmosphere.
May we see them, please?
Of course.
We must trace the source and take immediate action.
The figures are coming up now, John.
Doesn't have much to say for himself, does he, your friend?
Oh, Lefty? No, he's a man of few words and even fewer brains. What's your name then?
Joy.
Joy by name and joy by nature, eh?
That's right. You got your day planned then, have you?
Well, I haven't made up my mileage yet, but I can always have it made up for me.
Won't your wife miss you?
Wife? I'm a lone wolf, ain't I?
I like an independent man.
Three, please. 30 piece, Mark.
Oh, so you got the tickets, Lefty?
Yep.
Good. That one's for you. That one's for me. That one's for you, Lefty. Come on, darling. How loud can you scream?
One, please. Sorry, son. Closed, my dear. Come back tomorrow.
Hey, where are you, Joy? I'm lost. Joy, come on. Joy?
In here, Ginge. Here.
Joy?
In here, Ginge. Here.
Gateway 1, aspiring. Gateway 1, aspiring.
Spydron receiving.
Open channel, strength 10.
Standing by to receive transmission.
Transmission following shortly.
Transmission.
Hey, come on, what's going on, Joy? Joy, come on, what's going on?
Confirm receipt the package.
Confirmed.
Loud.
All right?
Gross.
Good.
What about his China?
I'll deal with him. I expect you wonder where your friend's got to.
Yeah.
Well, he sent you a message.
Huh?
He said he was sure you'd understand what it meant. What he said was, two's company that three's a crowd. So he'll see you back in town later on. You don't wait around for him. Bye.
There is one definite correlation, John.
What's that, Tim?
The readings show a massive movement of the continental plates.
How massive is massive?
About 25 centimeters in the last 4 days.
Was that bad?
Taken in conjunction with the rest of the stuff we've been recording, it is.
Well, shouldn't we warn them? The saps, I mean. For all we know, they may be responsible without knowing it.
How do you mean?
Well, underground nuclear tests and that sort of thing.
You really think they'd believe us, Carol?
Well, I don't know. But if it's serious enough, we should warn them. It is their planet as well as ours.
You could have fooled me the way they abuse it.
Carol, you know as well as I do, they wouldn't take a blind bit of notice of us. Well, not unless we reveal we're tomorrow people. Have you any idea what that would mean? And suddenly, overnight, we become a national asset, a potential weapon of war. We spend the rest of our lives guarded by guns and tanks in case anybody else got their hands on us.
Until we jaunted off somewhere. That's not the point.
But if it did come to the crunch, John,
If it came to the crunch, Carol, it might be kinder not to tell them.
even if the Earth is in danger of total destruction,
Yes, Carol. Even if it is.
You will come with us.
Oh, what happened?
You will stand up and you will come with us.
Oh, now look! Less of the old boot, mate. I mean, a joke's a joke, but this ain't even the pantomime season, is it?
You will be silent.
Now, look, mate, all I did was come here with a laugh and a giggle. Now, if you two come in to show me to the nearest exit...
You will move.
Hey, now, look, don't come the old fuzz bit with me, mate. I mean, this is going too far, isn't it? All right, all right.
Bring the prisoner to the processing area.
That is absolutely fantastic. You said that without moving your lips.
Prisoner will accompany escort to the processing area or will suffer consequences.
Come down.
Hey, this is a part of the haunted house set-up, isn't it? I mean, hey, what's this?
Stop it!
Any idea where the epicenter of this disturbance was, Tim?
Cross-references seem to indicate the east coast of England, about 10 miles east of Colchester.
Clacton-on-Sea.
What?
Clacton-on-Sea, that's where Ginger and Lefty went today.
I hope we're all right.
Yes.
Whatever it is, since I've been mixed up those flaming kids, I've never been out of trouble. And there I was up in the haunted house checking up the bird. And next thing I know, I'm flying down a chute in the middle of a flipping earthquake and a punch up with two geezers wearing tin hats and carrying water pistols. Water pistols. Charming. I must remember to buy my Aunt Fanny one of them for Christmas. Do wonders on them old weeds in her front garden. Always remember, of course, you don't burn the house down while she's at it. Who's that then? Come on, show yourself. Friend or foe?
You will put down the laser immediately.
No. Oh, no, no, no. Fellas, let's not get nasty. I mean, all I did was chart that bird. Now, look, if I've done something against your local rules and flagellations, I'm sorry, but if you show me the way out of here, we'll say no more about it.
escape, you will face the spider on. Oh, my God! You will approach the spider on.
Oh, no, not on your life, mate.
You will approach the spider on.
cover. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
The seismograph, John.
Any idea where the epicenter of this disturbance was, Tim?
Cross references seem to indicate the east coast of England, about 10 miles east of Colchester.
Clacton-on-Sea.
What?
Clacton-on-Sea, that's where Ginger and Lefty went today.
I hope we're all right.
Whatever it is, since I've been mixed up those flaming kids, I've never been out of trouble. And there I was up in the haunted house checking up the bird, and the next thing I know, I'm flying down a chute in the middle of a flipping earthquake and a punch up with 2 geezers wearing tin hats and carrying water pistols. Water pistols. Charming. I must remember to buy my Aunt Fanny one of them for Christmas. Do wonders on them old weeds in her front garden. Always remember, of course, you don't burn the house down while she's at it. Who's that then? Come on, show yourself. Friend or foe?
You will put down the laser immediately.
No. Oh, no, no, no. Let's not get nasty. I mean, all I did was chart that bird. Now, look, if I've done something against your local rules and flagellations, I'm sorry, but if you show me the way out of here, we'll say no more about it. Oh. Hey, what about me?
You will not escape. You will face the spider on.
Oh, my God!
You will approach the spider on.
Oh, no, not on your life, mate.
You will approach the spider on. name?
Ginger Hardy. But the Tomorrow people call me Ginge.
The Tomorrow people, who are they?
They are my friends.
You will forget them. You will have a new designation. You are no longer Ginger Harding. You are now number 197. Is that understood?
Understood.
What is your designation?
197.
Enter. From now on, he will be known as number 197.
Number 197.
Allocate him to the undermanned section in Gallery A.
I understand.
See that he is properly processed and taken there.
I understand and comply. Come, 197.
I understand and comply.
Tomorrow people, who, I wonder, are they?
Have you calculated the increase in the frequency yet, Tim?
Yes, I have just got the figures in. Up to noon yesterday, the percentage increase is 756.7.
Over what period?
The last 12 months set against the previous 12 months.
Look, we've got to tell the Sapstone. We've just got to. We can't just sit back and let the Earth be destroyed. It's going against our every principle.
Well, they must be aware of it as we are.
Of course they are. They have a great deal of information, but not enough knowledge to use it. Don't forget that our methods and calculations are well in advance of theirs.
I've marked the areas where we hope to get readings. I want you and Kenny to cross-reference them with those we made yesterday in Siberia, okay?
I'm fed up with always being left behind.
They also serve who only stand and wait.
Very funny.
We won't be long.
Do you want us to follow you on the monitor?
No, thanks, Stephen. It's all right. Those calculations are much more important. Tim will let you know if we're in any sort of trouble.
Bye, Stephen. Bye, Kenny.
Bye.
Ready, Tim?
Activating now.
Check.
Kenny and Stephen, I have just received pictures of a tornado in Central America. It's the third cyclone in as many days in an area previously unknown for such storms. Lefty is outside.
Hello, Lefty. Where's Ginge?
I don't know, he's gone.
Gone?
Yeah, we was in Clacton, see? And he picked up this bird.
There's nothing new in that.
Oh, he'll probably turn up later.
No, I don't think so. You see, he took her into the haunted house on the pier, and he never came out.
You sure?
Yeah,
Have you been to his home to see if he's there?
yeah.
And he isn't.
No.
You think there's something wrong, don't you, Lefty?
Yeah. There was a very funny geezer at the pay booth.
Stephen, I suppose you'd better go and see what's happening down there.
Yeah. Can you cope here, Kenny?
Yeah, sure.
Come on, we better get down there as fast as we can.
Kenny, I will let you have the figures on this one as soon as I can.
Okay, Tim.
Oh, John, will it take long? This is awful.
I'm just getting the charge ready. I should think this reading will startle even Tim. I've never seen anything like it.
No one ever want to again. We've got to save the Sapstone. We've just got to.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Listen, I still ain't been paid yet.
Don't worry, you'll get what's coming to you.
Right. When?
Stop trying to pressure us, Smithers. The Spider doesn't like being pressured.
Spider, what an handle. Listen, this colleague of yours, I want to meet him.
He's the shy, retiring type.
Ah, quaint. I still want to meet him.
Why, you were quite happy to negotiate terms through me before.
Yeah, but it's proved a bit more difficult than I thought, isn't it? And more dangerous and all.
The danger's quite minimal if we select people who won't be missed.
And all this equipment we use must have cost a bomb. I reckon your Mr. Spider must be onto something pretty big.
So?
So I think I've underpriced myself, don't I? I want to renegotiate.
I'll tell him you said so.
No, there's no need for that. Just tell him I want to meet him face to face.
I don't think you'd like that.
Yeah, well, I'd take a chance on that. Listen, Joe, I'm perfectly serious. If I don't get more bread, I'm out.
You can leave whenever you like.
Oh, come on, darling. We both know it ain't as simple as that, don't we?
Are you threatening us, Smithers?
Listen, you know what I want. If you don't want trouble, get it.
Is that the girl? Wait here.
Yeah?
One, please.
10p, son. Right.
Thank you.
What about him?
Don't be stupid. He's bound to have parents who'll miss him.
Lucky people, let's have you inside here. A thrill of a lifetime, but only 10p. 10p, that's all it costs. Come on, sir, get her inside while I get her going. Right, hold on.
10p, lady. There you are. Right, thank you. Sit, start, smash in. Check. There you are, lovely. Smash in, start. One for you. Well, how many kids you got in? Two. Right, there you are.
I'll have one, please.
Here, you've just been through once, haven't you?
That's right. I want to go through again.
What for?
I liked it. It's great.
Yeah, well, this trip's full, mate. Come back later. Go on, up it.
There seems to be some heavy electronic gear underneath the hall of the mirrors. I tried to get through again, but the man in the box office wouldn't let me. Have to get ourselves in later.
Here, George, come in. Yeah, that Dumbo that was with the lanky geezer we sent down on Monday.
What about him?
He's with that kid over there. You don't reckon they'd sussed, do you?
Who?
The Fuzz, of course. Who do you think?
I doubt it.
Then what they sniff him round for, eh? Tell you, I do not like it.
Look, don't worry. It'll work out.
Listen, that Dumbo knows the last place he saw his mate was here, doesn't he?
They can't prove anything. It's his word against ours that he spent the evening with me and then went home.
They ain't gonna leave it at that, are they? They're gonna come back, aren't they?
Good.
How do you mean, good?
You'll see.
Hi, how'd you get on?
Terrific volcano, Kenny. Lava pouring out in all directions. I bet no one's been so close to one that's erupting before.
Where's Stephen?
He's gone with Lefty to try and find Ginge.
What?
Yes. Lefty came back immediately after you jaunted. He was in some distress because Ginge was missing.
Missing?
Yes.
Better have a word with Stephen. He should be there by now. Let's link. Contact him.
Acknowledge.
Check. Stephen, are you receiving me? Stephen, what's going on?
Stephen! Hang on a minute, John. It's funny the door isn't locked. Perhaps they're expecting us, Lefty.
Hey? Come on, Stephen. We haven't got all night.
Oh, sorry about that, John. Just breaking and entering.
breaking and entering?
Into the haunted house on Clacton Pier, would you believe?
Stephen, what are you up to?
Having a day at the seaside looking for Ginge, actually.
In a haunted house?
Well, a public house would be more like it. This is where Lefty thinks he is. There's something suspicious about his whole business, and I've got a hunch there's something more in this than meets the eye. There's a couple of suspicious characters running this place. I want to find out what they're up to.
Do you think they're mixed up with Ginge disappearing?
Well, the girl gave Lefty a message, and she more or less said he was with her.
And is he?
No, she's with the man who runs the pier.
Let me know when you find him.
I will. I'll call you later.
Here, wait for me.
Find out if the channel is open. I want those two.
You said you didn't want that.
I know what I said. I changed my mind.
Right.
They're becoming a nuisance and we've got to get rid of them.
Gateway 1, a spider on Gateway 1, a spider on.
Spideron receiving. Speak.
Open channel, strength 10. Stand by to receive 2 packages.
Standing by.
Hey, listen.
What?
Some sort of high voltage being turned on.
Oh?
Channel is open. Channel is open.
Wait for it.
Here, where's that noise coming from?
Now!
He's standing at me up! Quick, do something! Quick! Come on!
What is happening? What has gone wrong?
They're broken out, they're getting away.
Get your gun! Right. Take no chances. Shoot to kill if necessary.
John, Carol, Stephen is in trouble.
Quick, let's link. Stephen?
Yes, John?
You all right?
Yes, we're okay now. But Lefty and I were in the Hall of Mirrors and got caught in a trap.
Is Lefty all right?
I managed to get him clear. There's some sort of electronic device underneath the floor. I think you better get down here.
Come on, let's go.
Not so fast, Kenny. One of us has got to stay here.
We have always agreed that if you are going into danger, at least one tomorrow person was to stay behind to preserve the species.
Yeah, but it's always me.
If Stephen has a hunch, it has to be followed. I suspect the situation down there may be serious.
Come on, Carol.
Look, I'll stay behind next time, Kenny.
Let's get out of our action suits. We haven't got much time.
It's still open. Come on, Stephen.
No, you go. Find the others. I'm going to go back in there and have a closer look at that equipment.
All right.
Cheer up, Kenny. It's not as bad as all that.
I suppose not.
They'll be back soon.
Stay right where you are, Sonny.
I don't understand it. 1 minute a kid was here and then he wasn't.
Are you sure it wasn't a trick of the mirrors?
My name's dark, I tell you, it disappeared right in front of my eyes. There he is!
No,
for more than 10 minutes. But that should be more than adequate for our purposes. So young to die. Still, I'll inform them back at headquarters that you fell in the cause of duty. Perhaps they'll award you the Galactic Citation or something. Come on, help me lift him.
Where are we going to put him?
Somewhere he'll never jaunt from.
We better wait. He'll call us if he needs us.
I think he's in trouble, John.
Yeah, he can look after himself.
Why are you worried, Carol?
It seems a long time since we've heard from him.
2.5 minutes, to be exact.
Is that all? It seems ages.
Don't be so impatient, Carol. Stephen's all right. He can look after himself.
I could monitor his life function if you like.
Oh, yes, would you please, Tim?
Certainly.
Well?
I am getting no reading from Stephen's life force. Nothing at all. Kenny, stand by for an emergency. Something has happened to Stephen.
Right, now you can fill me in. What's all this about, eh? Who's that kid working for?
You let the other one slip. Why?
Listen, I just turned round. He was leaning
You're
over
a
the...
fool, Smithers, and you're rapidly beginning to outlive your usefulness.
Yeah, well, that's the first sensible thing you've said. I've had enough. I want out.
What?
You heard, and you can tell that mate of yours downstairs that I've had enough. Just give me my money and I'm off.
Lefty! Lefty! Where's Stephen?
Gateway 1 to Spydron. Gateway 1 to Spydron. Over.
Spydron receiving. Speak.
Is a channel available?
Channel available.
Open channel.
Channel open.
Ready?
Ready.
Ladies first. That is still a tradition of your world, I believe.
My world?
Goodbye, Smithers. It's been nice knowing you.
Yeah, what's your game? Hey, come on, open this door! Open this door! Do you hear me? Open this door!
What have you done with him? What have you done to Stephen?
I don't know the hell you're talking about.
Where have you hidden Stephen?
Stephen? I don't know who you're talking about. Here, we're closed. You're trespassing. Go on, up it, or I'll have the law on you.
We'll save you the trouble. Carol, go and call the police.
Yes.
Hey, hold on. There's no need for that. Listen, I've had enough of this. This ain't my game. It's all turning dead weird. It ain't got nothing to do with me. It's all down to her. She's a human. She even laughed while she did it.
Did what?
What have you done to
I
him?
told you I'd done nothing. It was her. She stunned him with his funny gun of hers and then slung him into the sea.
The sea? Come on, Carol.
Over there!
Jaunt. Who are you? are you?
Stop for 10-minute rest period. Commencing now.
Right. Stop work.
Well, come on, it's your move.
I know. I've got 2 minutes.
Stephen, how did you get here?
How did I get here? I don't know.
Must have been that man, John. He must have brought him back. But your clothes are dry.
Of course they are, and who brought me back?
Well, don't you remember the man who rescued you from the sea?
The sea? What sea? Have you got a touch of the sun or something, you two? I mean, here I am, beating Kenny at...
beaten.
All right, then, being beaten. And then you two come in and gone about this man who rescued me from the sea.
You've been here all the time, Kenny. What's been going on?
Well, I don't know. I was just about to beat
I
Stephen.
don't think they know, John.
What's been happening, Tim?
I'm not sure, John.
What do you mean you're not sure?
My memory of recent events is a little confused and illogical.
But don't you even remember going to the seaside with Lefty?
Well, I do remember some things. Well, we were in this haunted house. And then Lefty... Oh, is he all right? Well, I went back to have another look at this electronic equipment. And this man started shooting at me. And I heard this sound.
What sound?
Like a musical note rising higher and higher.
Sounds as though someone's been using ultrasonics on him.
But after then, I don't remember anything until you two came back. Funny thing is, I don't remember starting this game.
Neither do I.
Their memories have been wiped, John. Must have been that man, the man that jaunted with Stephen.
Man? Jaunting?
Delightful to see you again, my dear. So boring with only myself for company.
Have you dealt with that fool Smithers?
Not yet.
He should be disposed of soon. He's getting suspicious.
He has not yet outlived his usefulness. Be patient, my dear. Be patient.
And that gate, it'll have to be closed as quickly as possible.
That will be dealt with in due course. A pity.
I'm afraid things have got beyond my control. The child I had to dispose of.
What about him?
He was undoubtedly psionic humanoid.
Telepath?
I think so. He certainly had advanced teleportation ability.
Galactic police, do you think?
I suppose it's possible.
You had no identification on him?
There wasn't time to check.
You mean you panicked?
No, that isn't what I mean. I told you. Time was running short and I was having enough trouble dealing with that fool Smithers as it was. I thought the only thing to do was to dispose of him and get down here as quickly as I could.
I can hardly believe that the Galactic Police can have traced us so quickly.
Not all that quickly. 4 years to be exact.
4 Earth years! And I covered our trail well.
Oh, they have ways of uncovering trails.
Yes. Space blast them for their perseverance.
It's their motto. They always get their man in the end.
Quite, my dear. But then, I am not a man, am I? And unless my sensors deceive me, neither are you.
Assuming they are the Galactic Police?
Yes?
Well, I think we should leave. Get out with what we've already mined and switch operations elsewhere. One of the uninhabited planets, perhaps.
And dig for the stuff ourselves? I can't really see you with a laser pick, my dear, and I certainly can't see me with one. No, this place is far too rich in magmanite to take flight at the first smell of a policeman. Besides, this is an officially closed world. Until it is opened, the Galactic Police have no authority whatever to interfere.
That won't stop them.
They cannot intervene without the authority of the Federation Council itself. And by the time they get around to obtaining that, we'll be long gone.
And so will Earth.
Does that bother you? A primitive backwater like this, here on the edge of civilization?
No, but it is a rather beautiful place, despite the way the natives continue to abuse it. It just seems a rather high price to pay, that's all, for a few lions of magnemite.
But then, we aren't paying the price, are we, my dear? They are.
He could be an adult tomorrow person.
Yeah, but if he was, we'd have heard from him.
Well, not necessarily. We keep our existence a secret, don't we?
Well, not from other tomorrow people, only from SAPs. I mean, we've even had contact from telepaths from other worlds.
That's it. He must be from another world. Or another time.
But still, he did rescue from the sea and bring you back here. Well, that makes him on our side, doesn't it?
Yeah, not necessarily. I mean, why did he disappear the moment we turned up?
Perhaps he didn't realize we were with Stephen. Perhaps he thought we were with them.
No, I don't think so. If he knew about the lab, he must have known about us. And I'm sure he's been here. And what's he done to Stephen, Kenny, and Tim? Have you no recollection of him at all, Tim?
None at all, John. No damage has been done, but I have come to the conclusion that certain of my memory functions have been erased.
I didn't think that was possible.
It wouldn't be for you. It is my opinion you are dealing with an exceptional being, a man whose knowledge of electro-cybernetics is far in advance of your own.
Who is it?
Mr. Smithers?
That's me. What do you want?
I'd like a word with you.
You're going to be unlucky then, ain't you? We're closed. Sorry and all that.
I'm coming in anyway.
Listen, you break that door down, you have something coming to you.
I shall not be breaking the door down.
Hello? Do you do that often?
Frequently. In fact, I travel that way most of the time.
I've got to have a job with you. You'd be a riot in the haunted house.
Thank you.
All right, mate. What do you want?
Supposing that child wasn't working with them.
A moment ago, you were convinced he was.
He seemed too young.
Basic police disguise technique. Biomolecular restructuring. That wouldn't present a problem.
But supposing he wasn't with them?
Telepathic humanoid here on Earth? Unlikely.
Why?
I've already told you. Earth is a closed planet to the rest of the Federation on account of the total absence of telepathic life.
He had a friend.
Who?
The one they were searching for when they returned to the haunted house, the ginger-haired one.
Number 197. Basic artisan type. Almost totally devoid of any kind of intellect. Highly unsuitable material for a telepath.
Have you not thought that his stupidity may be a disguise to infiltrate our stronghold here? I think we should find out as quickly as possible, Spydron.
Yes.
Number 197, you will report to the processing area immediately. Report to the processing area immediately.
I comply.
When he gets here, what are you going to do?
I am going to look into his mind. I may even use the probe.
It could kill him, couldn't it?
It could.
We need him.
Have you not yet learned, my dear, that no one is indispensable? No one.
You are in danger of underestimating me, Spydron!
Very well, I will remember. Sandor. Enter.
line 7.
Secure him! In order to question him, it will be necessary to release him from mind control.
That's dangerous. He may be stupid, but he's powerful.
He can do no harm if he is securely fastened.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I simply need to know a little more about your colleagues.
What colleagues?
You are in danger and I may be able to help you.
Look, mate, why don't you up it the way you came, eh? A bit of music, a puff of smoke, you're just like that, eh? Go on, see if you can do it again.
You are being employed as a cover agent for an illegal operation.
I thought so. You're CID, aren't you?
I'm not from the CID.
Go on, pull the other one. I can tell them a mile off. All right, are you going to charge me officially? You'll need some proof, you know.
I'm not charging you and I have all the proof I need. Almost all, anyway. I'm merely warning you. You are working for galactic criminals.
And the same to you.
I'm preparing a dossier on them.
Fascinating, simply fascinating.
It won't be of much interest to you.
What's that meant to me? Listen, I'm just an ordinary bloke, earning an ordinary living, doing an ordinary job. Now, why don't you just scatter whatever it is you do, eh?
I shall scat, as you call it, but not before I have the information I need.
I've told you I don't know nothing.
You do know they're planning to dispose of you.
You don't know who you're talking to. I can handle her and that spy-drum geezer.
I thought you weren't admitting to anything.
I'm not.
That's fine. Now, let's get down to business, shall we?
You got the coordinates, Tim?
Yes,
Can you join us right inside the place?
of course.
Ready?
Activating now.
This way. It's up here. Look, this is where it is.
Carol, you better keep watch outside while we have a look at this.
Right.
It's a matter transmitter, all right. Question is, where does it transmit to?
I have released him from mind control.
What is the reading?
Intelligence level low, hovering around the primitive. I told you.
He has the intelligent quotient, in fact, of a Neanderthal man.
Right.
Listen, you let me out of these bonds, man, I'll give you a bunch of Neanderthal knuckles.
Silence!
Silence yourself, you overgrown Ku Klux Klan.
Enough! It will have to be the mind probe.
Mind probe? Listen, you keep your mind probes to yourself. I've got friends. As soon as they get down here...
Silence!
I think I might be able to help you.
You again?
Yes?
Who are you?
Harry Steen, Galactic Agent 3462XLW. At your service.
This is the man that rescued you from the sea.
I had to. For his sake.
Well, if I'd have cut had any of 8 lives left. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Look, what's all this about?
2 nasty pieces of work that I've devoted half my professional life to tracking down. Sandor, who I think you know as Joy, and the Spydron.
The Spydron? Who's he?
A criminal. In fact, between them, they're probably 2 of the most wanted criminals in the Galactic Federation. They specialize in magmanite smuggling. They find a primitive planet, batten onto it, and then mine the magmanite until there's none left. Or rather, they get others to do it for them. That's why your friend was required. And all the others that have been disappearing from all over the world these last 4 years. Slave labor.
But what is magmanite?
A chemical. The rarest chemical in the universe, probably. Hence its astronomical value. Hence the reason why people as unscrupulous as Sandor and the Spydron are prepared to destroy whole planets to get their hands on a few grams of it.
Destroy whole planets?
Oh, yes. You see, magmanite is the catalyst which holds the substance of a planet's crust together. As long as it's present in sufficient quantities, the crust remains stable. If you take enough of it away, and there isn't that much there to begin with, well...
So that's it.
Hello, is that the Clacton Police? Get me the superintendent. My number. Gateway 1 to Spiderun. Gateway 1 to Spiderun.
Spiderun receiving. What do you want, Gateway 1? We're busy.
Not half as busy as you will be when I get down there.
Stop the probe! You're being impertinent, Smithers!
Mr. Smithers, if you don't mind.
Mr. Smithers!
That's better. Now you better listen. And Joy, if she's down there, I've got some news for both of you.
I'm listening.
That's good, 'cause you ain't gonna like what you hear. I've had a friend of yours come to see me.
A friend?
Yeah, says he's known you a long time. Funny bloke, says he's from the police.
I don't think that need worry us.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, because he's certainly got me worried, he has. You see, he ain't an ordinary copper.
Oh?
No, he told me some very interesting things about you, he did.
You're incompetent police! Know nothing about me!
He ain't incompetent police, he's galactic police.
I'm opening the gate! Come down at once! At once! Do you hear me?
Now you're talking, Spider. I'll give him incompetent.
Will this work, do you think?
Well, it's a pretty rough job. But if I've managed to intercept all those circuits, there's no reason why we can't operate it from here.
You've been watching the Spiderun kidnapping people for months, haven't you?
Yes?
Well, why didn't you stop them? I mean, you are a policeman. Why didn't you simply arrest them if you knew where the Spiderun was hiding?
Because I didn't have the authority.
But you're a policeman.
Earth is a closed planet, a no-go area. At least it was, until now.
What's so different about it now?
You are. All of you. That should do it, I think.
Gateway 1 to Spiderun. Gateway 1 to Spiderun.
I told you to come down here!
Listen, Clever Dick, there's someone there and there at the top gate by the matter transmitter.
Oh, very interesting! Who?
That friend of yours, the galactic copper I told you about, him and some others.
Some others?
That's right, there's a bird there and all shouting her mouth off. Now look, Spiderun, I want out. Just give me my money and I'll go.
Eliminate him!
Patience, my dear. Patience. You're much too valuable, Smithers.
I promise I won't tell no one nothing. I wouldn't let me friends down, you know that, don't you?
Don't let him go.
Very well, Smithers. But before we settle up finally, I want you to tell me what you told that friend of mine.
I didn't tell him nothing, did I? Refused to talk, didn't I?
And what exactly did you refuse to tell him?
All that stuff about a magmanite.
I see.
Ready, everybody?
Check.
Check.
Here we go.
Withdraw the probe! Withdraw the probe!
What's happening?
Someone's using the channel without permission. Report all gates. Intruders. Investigate immediately.
Oh, it's hot.
Yes, that's because we're quite near the Earth's core. Probably as near as it's possible to be and still survive.
It's Steve. Steve and some of the telepaths.
Steen. Always Steen. He's no right to be here. This is a closed planet. I shall report him to the Federation.
We have to get away from here, Spiderun.
No! This time I shall settle it between us once and for all.
What's that?
The Spider. He's releasing the slaves from mind control. I wonder why.
Now what?
May I suggest you make preparations to leave by way of the emergency transmitter?
What are you up to, Spiderun?
Like all females, you ask too many questions. If you wish to survive the Holocaust, make preparations to leave.
right, Steen. He's released him from the mind control.
Yes.
What about the Magnemite?
Already transferred to Central Store. Now, my dear, open the ducts.
The lava ducts?
Yes.
What about the slaves? Your entire workforce will be wiped out.
Yes. Very inconvenient. However, what is the banal little saying they have on this planet? Into each life a little rain must fall.
General alarm! General alarm! All personnel will take cover! All personnel will take cover!
Dean and the rest of the telepaths will simply jaunt out of here.
But they won't, will they, my dear?
What do you mean?
Elementary psychology, or at least the elementary psychology of the telepathic being. One of the fatal weaknesses of these tomorrow people is an exaggerated sense of duty. Despite the fact that the slaves trapped in the mine are an inferior and primitive species, they won't do the logical thing and abandon them to their fate. Instead, they'll stay with them, trying to save them right to the end. And in the end, they'll perish with them.
It's lava! Steam! It's lava!
Kenny. Stand by to take on our position.
We know your position, John. I have an exact fix on your coordinates, ready to jaunt you back at a moment's notice.
No, Tim, there are other saps trapped down here as well as Ginge. We've got to try and save them.
Let me jump down and help.
No, Kenny, I've got no time to argue. Talk to him, Tim.
Tim, jump me down.
No, Kenny. I must insist you stay here with me.
I can't do anything if you're all trampling over one another and getting hysterical. So calm down and shut up. Our only chance is to find the person who started all this. And that person is the Spydron. Now come on, search for anything. Anything at all that looks as though it would lead us to a control center. Now come on.
What a pity we can't stay a little longer to enjoy the fun. However, there's no sense in taking unnecessary risks.
What are you going to do?
I already have my dear. Goodbye. You know how to contact me,
Oh, no, you don't, darling. It's one trip you ain't gonna take.
Spydron!
This way's blocked as well.
Let's try this way. Come on, everybody.
Stand back.
Goodbye, Steen. It's been nice knowing you.
Ginge, are you all right?
Oh, well, I will be as soon as I get out of this oversized mousetrap. Oh, thanks, John. Oh, that's better. Oh. Flattened by a flaming bird. I'll never live it down.
Which of the lava flow controls, you know?
Don't worry about it, mate. I'll turn them off, both of them.
Good man.
Oh, fancying up the back right of pictures of that one, eh? Oh.
Steen, is this some sort of jaunting cubicle?
No, it's a matter transmitter. Primitive, but it could have taken Sander to any point on your planet's surface.
Oh, could we use it to help save the saps and get them back to the surface?
Careful. It may be booby-trapped. That would be just like Sander and the Spydron. It could disintegrate the first person to enter it.
But how can we make sure it's safe?
Only by one of us entering it to see.
Right.
No, Stephen!
Well, someone has to.
Yeah, but who?
Well, here goes Stephen. It seems to be safe.
Now we can start to send the saps, as you call them, back to where they belong.
Well, what about Sandra?
She could be anywhere. It isn't really where she is that bothers me. It's where the Spydron's got to.
You're a fool, Steen, and I've never been able to suffer fools gladly.
Just stay right where you are, Spydron.
You think I would allow myself to be trapped down here like some sewer rat? I am not the one who's trapped, Steen. You are trapped on this doomed little planet by the most potent bonds of all, by your own sense of duty, because you know and I know that you will never leave until you have either arrested me or driven me off, and you aren't going to find me, Steen. Not in time.
Not in time for what?
I need to enjoy watching you die, Steen. You and your telepathic friends and all the rest of the miserable aboriginals on this primitive backwater. I'm going to enjoy it, Steen. Enjoy it.
He's using another mass transmitter.
No.
Then he jaunted.
No, he didn't. He can't.
But we saw him do it.
You saw him vanish. That isn't the same thing. The Spydron is incapable of jaunting, as you call it, just as he's incapable of telepathy or teleportation. That's why he's so psychotic about people like ourselves who can do those things. It's the basis of his criminal drive. That's why if I could ever get him back to Federation headquarters and treated for it, the galaxy would be rid of its biggest headache.
But if he didn't jaunt, what other explanation is there?
There you are.
Oh, yeah? What's that thing, then?
A holograph projector.
Oh, what's that on its own?
Well, it's like a film projector, Ginge. Only it projects a three-dimensional image.
What, you mean it looked like he was there, but he wasn't? It was like a moving film?
That's right.
Hey, crafty, eh?
Yes, he's always been that.
Well, what do we do now?
We have to use the matter transmitter to get all those poor unfortunate people back where they belong. Then I'd like to use your computer to go through all the available material, just in case there's a clue to the whereabouts of Spydron.
Townships on the east coast of England. The San Andreas fault has slipped 3 times in 24 hours. The authorities say that plans are already well advanced for the area's complete evacuation. All trace has been lost of 4 trawlers, last reported to be fighting a losing battle against appalling conditions in the North Atlantic. One of the skippers reported the weather as the worst he has ever encountered. Planes are being diverted from Heathrow since a crack appeared in the main runway.
All right, Tim, that's enough. Thanks.
Only there was some sort of definite pattern.
A pattern isn't going to provide the answer to our problem this time. We've simply got to find where the Spydron's control point is. It's the 3rd in 24 hours.
Getting more frequent.
Team, the Federation, the Galactic Federation, perhaps they could do something.
What do you suggest?
Well, couldn't they import some magmanite to replace what's been taken?
Where would they get it from? If magmanite wasn't so rare, it wouldn't be so valuable. And Spydron and Sander wouldn't be going to all this trouble to get hold of it.
Well, is there no synthetic substance that'll do the same job?
Scientists have been trying to find one for thousands of Earth years.
There must be something. I can't believe the Federation would just leave a planet with millions of inhabitants to die.
They have done before. They've had to.
Well, couldn't they organise an airlift or something? Evacuate the Earth? I mean, there must be other planets where man could live in.
There are, but can you imagine the difficulties? The saps can't jaunt. We'd have to use spaceships or matter transmitters.
Well?
Even with spaceships able to carry 30,000 people. And they do exist. Assuming enough of them could be got here on time, and assuming the saps would cooperate and the whole operation went off smoothly, Tim, compute what that would mean.
Just to give you some idea of the scale of the operation, Stephen. If one spaceship carrying 30,000 people could be loaded and launched every minute, that would just keep pace with the rate of increase in the world's population. To evacuate the Earth would need such a spaceship.
And they're almost as large as your moon.
Such a spaceship leaving every second.
And the Earth would still disintegrate before the operation was half finished.
It's just not possible, is it?
Well, perhaps they could send some more galactic police.
Yes, they could. But at the last count, there were 64 million planets in the Federation, spread across 5 galaxies. And 1 million plus, including the Earth, soon to become eligible for admission. I'm afraid your Earth is a very small piece of rock, revolving round a very insignificant sun, on the rim of a rather unimportant galaxy. You're lucky to have me, and I'm all they'll send. If I start to ask for reinforcements, they might just order me away.
I think we get the picture. It means we're on our own.
Yes. All right, let's go through it all again, shall we? The first indication of a change in the seismic pattern happened 4 years ago, right?
Right.
So they've been at work ever since. I think it's fairly safe to assume so. That doesn't give us much time.
Hardly our fault, I'm afraid. We really should have noticed their presence earlier.
They're good at concealing their presence. Question is, where are they hiding now? Where on earth, if they are?
It's Bandor, the Your Joy. She's a shape changer.
No, she's a humanoid. You see her in her natural shape. She can't alter it.
Well, that's something.
So if we could find the girl, that might be a start.
somewhere better.
It serves its purpose.
It stinks to high heaven.
I don't find the environment undefensive. It rather reminds me of home.
How long are we going to stay here, Spydron? We've got all the magnemite we need. Why don't we go now?
You know why?
You're playing a very dangerous game, Spydron.
I want to be sure I haven't missed him. It's wearying knowing that wherever we turn in the galaxy, there he is like an avenging shadow.
Didn't used to bother you?
He's an irritation, a running sore at my side. I will deal with him once and for all.
That's exactly what he's planning to do with you. Probably at this very moment.
How does the Spydron travel? Between planets, I mean.
By Kalinar.
Kalinar? What's that?
What you'd call a UFO, flying saucer. Standard equipment for non-jaunting species such as Spydron.
Tim, I want a complete rundown of all UFO sightings for the period we're concerned with.
Check.
Let's start near home. Were any of them seen over London?
Only one.
When was that recorded?
Approximately 12 months before the start of the period you're concerned with.
And was that the only one?
According to my records, yes. But the sighting is unconfirmed. I have only local newspaper reports.
I'm sure it's the cutting.
At least 2 eyewitnesses are able to swear that last night they saw a flying saucer hovering over Kingston on the River Thames. They say the saucer dipped and plunged into the water some 2 miles upriver from the lock at Teddington.
That would certainly fit the pattern. What better place to hide a Kalinar than in the mud at the bottom of a river?
Just a beast of flaming burn, that's me. Oh, what's it, stupid? It's that in the boat, not me in the drink. What have you got in there, then? Bullion from the Bank of England?
Will this really detect the Spydron?
It is there.
Which end of the boat do you want us in, then?
Sorry, there's not enough room for you all.
Well, you said we could come with you.
Yes, but I had to, hadn't I?
How's that, then?
Well, if I hadn't, you wouldn't have hugged the stuff down the steps for us, would you?
Oh, some joke. Listen, you want to get back up there, mate? Handing out parking tickets on the Milky Way.
Spydron, it's Steve.
He's here with a boat.
Lost him! It's time something was done to put an end to his interference.
He's got company. Those TPs are their 2 friends.
How very interesting. I leave you to look after them. I'll deal with Steed in my own way.
Let's try another pass, John. Engines. There's something down there.
Do you think it's the Kalinar?
Yes, it's possible.
Does that mean the Spydron's down there now?
Well, no, I don't think it's likely.
Why?
Because the bed of a river may be a convenient place to park, but it isn't a very convenient place from which to operate. I'd say if his ship is down there, Spydron's somewhere nearby, but on shore.
Presumably underground.
Yes.
Goodbye, Steen. It's been nice knowing you.
Spydron, he's spotted us. John, for your life.
Charming.
We must be close, otherwise he would never have broken cover.
Where's Ginger and Lefty?
Perhaps they went back.
But they wouldn't leave their bikes.
Look, Steen, over there. It's a sewer entrance.
Come on. They don't usually. The spider must have put them specially in.
I don't like this.
What do you mean?
It's just a feeling.
Better expect trouble, Steen. We've all come to trust Carol's intuition. It's one of her gifts.
Come on. Everybody.
Jim!
The Spydron. We have found the Spydron.
What?
We will lead you to him. We will lead you to him.
What happened? Listen, what you going out to do that for?
You'll be all right now. The Spydron probably didn't have time to put you under full control.
Jim, what happened?
I don't know, darling. One of you is staying on the embankment, mind their own business.
Come on.
I've loaded it myself. Let's go while there's still time.
I'm afraid there isn't time, my dear. Not for both of us, anyway. The tiger, as they say on this quaint little planet, is already at the gates.
What do you mean, not for both of us?
Exactly what I say, my dear. I've enjoyed our little partnership, and if I could get you out of here, I would, but I can't. The only access point for a member of your species is already blocked.
The matter transmitter. I used it only this morning to stow that magnemite.
Alas, it is malfunctioning. Should you try to use it, your essence would probably be spread halfway across the galaxy.
You deliberately sabotaged the transmitter to cheat me out of my half of the magnemite.
I'm afraid I did, my dear. I've always suffered from it. Psychotic greed.
You rat!
Goodbye, Sandor.
Where's the Spydron? Where is he? I said, where is he?
He's there. It's one of his characteristics to rearrange the molecular structure of his body cells, turn himself into a liquid, and simply flow away.
But he's taken the magnemite with him.
That's just it.
Won't you share the joke with us?
Yeah. No. No, why should I? All right, Steen. You've got me. Now arrest me. Put the mind bind on me and take me away for trial. I can't stand this stinking little planet any longer.
You'd like that, wouldn't you, Sander? Me to arrest you and get you off the surface of this planet before it breaks up. I'm not so sure that I will.
You've got to. You can't leave me here. I've a right to a fair trial.
And the rest of the people on this planet don't have. Don't even have the right to survive. Is that it, Sandor? What will you get if I take you back?
Oh, I don't know. A little corrective therapy and they'll turn me into a good girl, I suppose. But I bet I'll be free long before you've even finished filing your reports.
This is as good a place to wait as any. Sandor and I will wait here. Honestly, there's nothing you lot can do anymore. I suggest you say your goodbyes and jaunt to Sophostria. The Sophostrians are your friends. They'll take you in.
We can't just go.
No, listen, he's right. Just because we're stuck here, there's no need for you to be. Look, don't worry about me, lady here. Lefty and me will look her after and make sure she gets what's coming to her.
It doesn't seem right. It's not right and we're not going. At least I'm not. Nor me. Me neither.
John, you must at least get them all out of here. Look, come on, there's no point arguing down here. Let's get out of here. Please, John.
Steve!
Come on, now.
Steve! You've got to take me off this planet. I demand my rights.
It is a closed world, Sandor. I've got no power to make an arrest. You're free to go.
I can't get off this planet by myself. You know that, Steve.
Then stay and enjoy your freedom while it lasts.
Very well.
How did you know, Steen?
I didn't, not for sure. But I couldn't help wondering what she was laughing at. I just acted on a hunch, that's all.
Intuition.
That's right, intuition and professional judgment. I knew that Sander had worked with the spy drone before. She knew he wasn't to be trusted, but then neither was she, for that matter. It was a fair bet they'd try to double-cross each other.
Nice people.
I give half my pension to see Spydron's face when he finds that he's hightailing it out of this sector of the galaxy with nothing more valuable than a hole full of mercury.
But how did you re-inject the magmanite back into the Earth's crust?
While Sander was substituting it for mercury, she stored the magmanite into containers at each of the mining areas. As you remember, magmanite is a chemical. As the lava reached the containers, they exploded. The magmanite escaped and seeped back into the Earth's crust.
Bit of a long shot, wasn't it? Banking on the magmanite still being on the Earth.
It may have been a long shot, but it's the only shot we got left. I was certain Sander wouldn't choose to die if there was any chance of saving herself.
She sounds a dangerous lady.
She is.
Won't you get into trouble when you get back? When they find out that you had her in your hands and then you just let her go?
Probably. But it was a fair enough deal. She did actually tell me where she'd hidden the magmanite, and once I knew that, I knew the world was safe. It's a fair swap. The life of a newly opened planet in exchange for the freedom of one petty criminal.
Well, if smashing up planets is a petty crime in your book, Steen, I hate to think what you call a serious one.
So do I sometimes.
I bet there'll be some fireworks when Sandra and Spydron meet up with each other again.
Yes, that's what I'm hoping will happen. Since I managed to plant a microbug on her, I shall always know where she is. So if she does meet up with a Spydron again, I can get them both.
Well, what happens to the Earth now? If it's no longer a closed planet, are we to expect visitors from outer space?
Oh, no. Non-telepathic races will come anyway from time to time, because they don't know about closed worlds. But telepaths will only come with your permission. You and the others.
Others? Well, I thought we were the only ones.
You are, so far, but there'll be others, won't there? If your species follows the normal pattern, most of the children alive today are potential telepaths. All they have to do is find the key within themselves. That unlocks the special powers we telepaths possess.
Yes, it would be good when there's more of us.
What are you lot? I mean, we could stand it, couldn't we, Lefty?
I don't know, Ginge.